जय ओम स्वाहा परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य सतर सरस्वती भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णववृंद की जय। रामाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गो गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। वृंदावन धाम की जय। नवद्वीप धाम की जय। गंगा माई की जय। जमुना माई की जय। भक्ति देवी की जय। तुलसी देवी की जय। समवेत भक्तवृंद की जय। All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. Thank you very much.
The following is a class on the Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd Canto, 25th Chapter, text number 38, given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded on December 7th, 1974, in Bombay, India.
The Lord continued, "My dear mother, devotees who receive such transcendental opulences are never bereft of them. Neither weapons nor change of time can destroy such opulences. Because the devotees accept me as their friend, their relative, their son, preceptor, benefactor, and the supreme deity, they cannot be deprived of their possessions at any time."
न करिचित मत्परा शांत रूपे न खंति नो में अनिमितो लेरिहेति जेतामहं प्रिय आत्मा तुतश्च सखा गुरु सुहृद दैवमिष्टम्. So here is explained that how spiritual life is eternal and without any distraction. Here in the material world, whatever we have, it is destructible. It will be destroyed. Today, one is my son, so tomorrow the son may be destroyed. But if you accept Krishna as your son, he will never be destroyed. That is the difference. Here, whatever opulence you have got, you may have family, friends, sons, daughters, and so many things we possess. We enjoy life in the varieties of representation. Atamriya kshetra sukata vittai janasya mohoyam ahamameti. Here we aspire after having good apartment, good house, griha, kshetra, position, property, atham griha kshetra, sudha, children, apta, friend, vitta, riches, we possess here. But this position is illusion. Janasya mohoyam, because it will not stay. This griha, either the griha will be destroyed, or I am the inhabitant, I will be destroyed. There will be separation. Here nothing is permanent. Griyakshe Trisuta Pradiptai. That what it is. We do not understand it. We take this permanent. And Krishna not permanent. But that is not the fact. The fact is that Krishna is permanent. But Krishna's material energy is not permanent. Therefore, it is said, Shanturupe, my dear mother, not Pradhichit, not Para. Not Para, not when Bhagavan is speaking, not Para. By the way, as in the Bhagavad Gita also there are many words, not Para. Plural number not Para. The same thing. Here also, Kapil Dev, the Supreme Personality of Godhead says, Matpara means my devotees. My devotees who have taken me as his son, friend, lover, master. There are so many rasas, Shantaras, Dasaras, Sakharas, Vatsalyaras, Madhuryaras, and so many. Those rasas or melas are represented here in the material world in a temporary. Here we have got the same rasa. I love my son, I love my friend, I love my husband. There is love. But this is all temporary. But if you transfer this love to Krishna, either as your master or the Supreme, or as friend, or as your son, or as your lover or husband, it will never be destroyed. That is permanent settlement. This is to be understood. But the Mayavadis, they cannot understand. They think that in the spiritual world, there is no more such relationship as master, friend, or father and son, or beloved and the lover. There is no such thing. But here in the Shastra you say that that is real life. This is not real life. It is shadow. In the Bhagavad Gita in the 15th chapter it has been described as shadow. Purvamulam arosa. Satham prahu ambayam. Asatham. We have got experience of banyan tree. It is very durable. It stands for many, many hundreds of years. Therefore, this material world has been compared with the asatham tree, very durable and very expansive. It goes on increasing. That is very nicely described in the 15th chapter. Then it is called Urdhvamulam. Urdhvamulam means here you have got experience. The tree has got its roots underneath, down. But this material world which is compared with the asattva tree, the root is upside and the branches downside. That means it is shadow. We can experience of this tree, Urdhvamulam, the root upside and the branches downside. We have not experienced where it is. In the shadow, if you stand on the bank of a river or reservoir of water, and if there is any tree by the side of that reservoir water, you will find the shadow, Urdhvamulam, the root upside and the branches downside. Exactly the same tree, but it is shadow, there is no fact. It is simply shadow.
Many places it has been compared with the mileage in the desert, displaying in bright sunshine. In the desert, you will find that there is water. So, the thirsty animal, they think there is water, they jump over it, and the animal runs after the water, and the water also goes away. Sometimes we have got also experience in bright sunshine on the street, we find exactly a shadow of water, but there is no water. Teju Bananit Amrisha, in the Bhagavatam it is stated, Teju Bananit Amrisha. Sometimes in the water we see land, and on land we can see water. This is called Marichika, or mileage. Similarly, actual life, or life means I enjoy some rasa, some relationship. I enjoy in the family with my children. There is some rasa. They are calling me father, I'm enjoying. Or somebody is calling me a son, I'm enjoying. Some woman is calling me husband, I'm enjoying. Some woman I'm calling wife. Some person I'm calling servant, and he's calling me. This relationship we enjoy. But this enjoyment is shadow. This is not real enjoyment. We have no information. This enjoyment can be achieved in a similar way with Krishna. Krishna therefore comes in person just to teach us how you can enjoy with Krishna the same relationship. You can Krishna accept your master as the supreme. You can accept Krishna as your friend. You can accept Krishna as your son. Vatsalya, just like Mother Yashoda. Mother Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj, Vasudeva or Devaki, they are all devotees. Nobody can become the father and mother of Krishna, of the Supreme Personality of God. That is not possible. He is the Supreme Father. Aham bija padapita. He is everyone's father. Sarvajumanishu kauntiya. Therefore, those who are not Krishna conscious, those who do not know how our relationship can be established with Krishna, they ask that who is the father of Krishna? If Krishna is the father of everyone, then who is the father of Krishna? That is natural question, because we are thinking Krishna like us. But the Shastra says that he is the father of everyone, but nobody is his father. Anadi Adi, Govindam Adi Purusam Tamaham Vajana. Anadi means he has no beginning. Just like we are beginning from our father. Our life begins from our father. The father begets the child, and the birth is the beginning of our life. Similarly, we think that Krishna is also child of Vasudeva and Devaki. Therefore, he has a beginning. But Krishna is not like that. In the Bhagavatam it is described about the Krishna's birth. Krishna appeared as Narayan, Chaturbhuj, before Vasudeva and Devaki. But Devaki, because previously her 7 sons were killed by Kamsa, so Devaki immediately prayed to the Lord that this time you have appeared as the Supreme Lord Vishnu, now immediately Kamsa will kill you. Formerly, when so many sons appeared as human child, they were killed, and Kamsa is searching after killing God, Krishna, the Supreme Lord. Now you have appeared exactly 409, immediately killed. That is affection. That is called Yogamaya affection. So kindly you appear as ordinary human child. This is the description in the Bhagavatam about Krishna's birth. So he did not appear immediately as a human child. He appeared first of all as the 400 Narayan. Then on the request of the father and mother, he became a child. This picture we have got in our Krishna book. So that is the position of Krishna. Krishna is the father of everyone. That is said in Bhagavad Gita. Sarva joni shukonteya sambhavanti murtaya ja. Tasam mahad brahma ahamupi mahad brahma tasam mahad brahma joni ahamupi reputapi. The material world, the material nature is the mother of living entities, and just like to give birth to a child, there is necessity of father and mother. So Krishna says that I am the Bijapada Pita. So he is everyone's father. But we may ask then who is his father? His father is devotee. When he accepts anyone as his father, that father is his devotee. And that is said here, that Karihichit Makpara Jesham Aham Priya Atma Sutasya. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is loved by the devotee as their son, as his son. Sutasya. Somebody loves Krishna as his son. The Vasudeva and Devaki, in their previous life, they underwent severe austerities. After their marriage, they immediately were not anxious to beget child. They went to the forest and began practicing austerity and penances. Severe. From hundreds of years. Then Krishna appeared. Then what do you want? Why you are undergoing so much severe? No, we want a son like you. Then we enter into the family life. So Krishna said that where is another Krishna? His God is one. See, if you want a son like me, then I will have to become your son. There is no competitor. God has no competitor. God is one. Eka Brahma, Ditya Nasti. This is it. Krishna therefore says, Mamekam. Mamekam. Sarvadharman Parityajya Mamekam. Krishna is one. But Krishna can expand. That is Krishna. The Mayavadi philosopher said that if Krishna has become everything, then where is Krishna? Krishna is finished. This is Mayavadi philosophy. That is materialistic idea. Just like you take a big piece of paper and you tear it into small pieces and throw it. Then the paper has no existence. The paper is finished. But Krishna is not like that. Advaita Achyuti Anadi Ananta Rupa Adyam Purana Puruta Navajogunancha. He has expansion, many thousands, many millions, just like Krishna said, Ishvara Sarvabhutana, Buddhese Arjuna Tishtati. Krishna is situated in everyone's heart, and there are many millions and trillions of hearts. Not only human beings, there are animals, there are trees, plants, aquatic species, so many. Anantaya, Sanantaya Kalpate. There is no counting of the living entities. That's so. And Krishna, the Paramatma, Krishna's another feature, he is everywhere. That does not mean the same materialistic idea that if Krishna has entered so many millions of hearts, then where is the existence of Krishna? This is called Mayava. He says, the Krishna is finished. No, Krishna is not finished. Krishna still remains. That is the Vedic injunction. Purnasya purnamadaya purnamiva avasishyati. We read this Vedic mantra, still we think Krishna is finished. Because he has entered so many hearts of living entity, that Krishna is finished. There is no more. That is Nirakarbha. But that is not the Vedic version. Vedic version is that not only Krishna's incarnation, but even Krishna, the full sent God, if he is distributed, or if he distributes himself in many millions of parts, still he is there, in the same strength. Just like if you take some blood, my energy, out of my body, then after taking some quantity, my body becomes weak, because so much energy is taken out. But the Veda says, Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva avasishyati. The balance is Purna. That is Krishna. You take full strength, Krishna is Sarvasya Purna, Almighty. So you take Almighty, and in millions and millions of units, is still the Almighty. That is Krishna. So we have to understand Krishna in that way. And if we can understand Krishna, Janma, Karma, Swami, Digvam, Yojanati Tattva. This Tattva you will understand from the Vedic literature. What is Tattva? Vadantu Tattva Vidas Tattvam Jadgyanam Adayam. So, Krishna is never diminished. There is a little story, very interesting. So, one poor boy, he was a student in his school, and the teacher's annual ceremony of Father's Day would be held. So he requested all his students what he give me contribution. Formally the teacher was not taking any salary. But whatever he wanted, the students will bring either from parents' house or by begging. That was the system. The teacher would not charge anything. And Brahmana cannot be charge anything. Generally the Brahmanas were teachers. That is one of the profession of the Brahmana. Everyone must have livelihood. The Brahmana livelihood is patham. He must become a learned scholar, and he will make others also learned scholar. That is Brahmana. Patham is jajana jajan, dana pratigraha, satkarma. 6 kinds of professions for the Brahmana. And Kshatriya's profession is to give protection to the citizen, and there is some tax. 25%, not more than that. Whatever is income you owe, give 25% to the Kshatriya king. That's all. That includes sales tax, this tax, that tax, so many tax. Income tax, all finished. You give 25%. And if you have no income, no tax. Not like that. Even if you have no income, now last year you gave so much tax, you must give it. Otherwise your poverty is gone. Not like that. So that is Kshatriya's income. Similarly, Vaishya's income, Krishi Goraksha Manijam, agriculture, cow protection. And if there is excess food stock, then he can sell, make trade. And Shudras, they will simply help. So this teacher, the original story, the teacher asked the student, what? Somebody said, I contribute this cloth, somebody said rice, somebody said something. Now there was one poor student, he had no means, he was very poor. So when he was asked, so he replied that I cannot say anything without asking my mother. All right, you ask your mother and tell me tomorrow. So he asked, my dear mother, all my classmates has promised the teacher to contribute this, that. So my turn is there, what shall I promise? My mother said, my dear son, now we are so poor, we cannot give anything. But if Krishna gives, he is Dinabandhu, the friend of the poor. See, if he gives something to you, you can promise. No, where is Krishna? What is his name? But his name is Dinabandhu, friend of the poor. Where is? Then I understand that he is in the forest. So he went to the forest and called, Dinabandhu, brother. Where is? He began to cry. So Krishna came. When a devotee is very much eager to see him, Krishna comes. He is very kind. So when you are asking, my mother, do you want Dinabandhu? So this is my condition, sir. What can I promise? So he says that you promise that you will supply sugar, dahi. You will supply dahi. So you are very much satisfied. And he came to the teacher that my Dinabandhu brother, Dada, he will supply dahi or sugar or whatever is required. Oh, that's nice, very good. So on the day of ceremony, say, he went to the forest again and called Dinabandhu Dada, and he gave him a small pot of dahi, sugar, a small pot. He was a child, he did not know, and he brought it to the teacher. Now, this is my contribution. My Dinabandhu brother has given, so you take. There are hundreds and thousands of people will be giving foodstuff on this much dahi. He became very angry. He did not care, and the pot fell down, and the sugar fell down. But after some time, when he came, he saw that although the sugar has fallen down, the pot is full. Then he again dropped it, again it is full. He dropped it, again it is full. Then he could understand that he is spiritual. Purnasya purnamalaya, purnameva vishya. You take the whole thing, you see the whole thing is there. That is Krishna. Not that because you have taken something, 1 minus 1 equal to 0. No. In the spiritual world, 1 minus 1 equal to 1, and 1 plus 1 equal to 1. That is called Advaita. There is no duality. Plus and minus, they are two things. But in the spiritual world, either plus or minus, the same. That is to be understood. That is called absolute, Advaita. So, if you love Krishna, there will be no distraction like the material things. Either you love him as your master, here, master, so long you are serving, the master is pleased. And the servant is pleased so long you are playing. But in the spiritual world there is no such thing. If I cannot serve under certain condition, then master is pleased. And the servant also, the master does not pay, he is also pleased. That is called oneness, absolute. Uh, that is, this example is here. There are so many students in this institution who we are not paying anything, but they do everything for me. This is spiritual relations. Uh, uh, then Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, when he was in London, his father gave the Motilal Nehru 300 rupees for keeping his servant. Uh, then once he went to London, so he saw that the servant is not there. That the Pandit said, "Where is your servant?" He said, "No, what is the use of servant? I have nothing to do. I do it personally." No, I wanted that an Englishman should be your servant. So he has to pay for it. This is an example. I have got hundreds and thousands of servants, so I haven't got to do it. This is spiritual relationship. This is spiritual relationship. They are serving not for being paid. What I have got, I am poor Indian. What can I do? But the servant is out of love, spiritual love. Now I am also teaching them without any salary. This is spiritual. Purna sapurnamam. Everything is full. So if you accept Krishna as your son, as your friend, as your lover, will never be cheated. So try to accept Krishna. Give up this false, illusory servant or son or father or lover, you'll be cheated. Therefore, Krishna says, Sarvadharman paritarya mamekam saranam. You accept me as your son, as your friend, as your master, then you will be happy. Thank you very much.
The following is a clause of Srimad Bhagavatam, third canto, 25th chapter, text number 39 and 40, given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada.
So if you accept Krishna as your son, as your friend, as your lover, you will never be cheated. So try to accept Krishna. Give this false illusory servant or son or father or lover. You will be cheated. You will be cheated. If you love your son with your heart and soul, that very son will, maybe someday, your most veritable enemy. Yes, this is the world. The wife you love so much, but the wife may be someday so great enemy that she can kill you for her own interest. There are so many instances. So if you want to have real, the Mayavadi philosophers, they are afraid of having such relationship again because they have got bitter experience of this material world. They want to make it zero. No more relationship, no more son, no more daughter, no more lover, no more master. Because we have got very bitter experience of these things. I am disgusted with these things. I will make it zero. But that is not the fact. The fact is that if you make the same relationship with Krishna, it will never become zero. It will be enthusiastic more and more. Anandambudi Vardhanam, it is said. Ambudi. Ambudi means sea. This morning we were walking. The sea cannot come over flood under a certain extent, limitation. This is called. We have no experience the sea is increasing. No. But in the spiritual world, Anandambudi, the ocean of spiritual bliss is increasing. Here, the Anandambudhi. I have got some relationship with my father, with my wife, with my husband, with my master, but it will decrease by and by. The relationship is personal interest. If you pay me, I will serve you. If you serve me, then I will pay you. This is relative term, duality. But in the absolute world, it is something different. Therefore, here it is said that na karechin matpara shantarupe esamaham priya atma sutascha saka guru. You can establish your relationship in so many ways. There is no question of making it zero because that is reality. Just like in Bhagavad Gita 15th chapter it is said, the shadow of the tree. The shadow of the tree has got the branches, fruits, leaves, everything is there, but it is non reality. The real reality is up in the spiritual world, and that is shadow. Urdha Mula Madashaka. That is very practical example in this world. Urdha Moolam. The real Mula is up. Therefore, we sometimes find that the lowest abominable thing is the highest there, because the opposite. You see the upside of the tree down, but the upside is there. Therefore, the rasas, there are so many mellows, and the Parakiya rasa means love without marriage. That is called Parakiya rasa. Therefore, you will find that the Parakiya rasa, Krishna's loving affairs with the gopis without marriage, that is called Parakiya rasa. Parakiya rasa is the highest, topmost relishable spiritual bliss. Therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu recommended Yamya Kanchidupasana Vrajavadu Vargena Ya Kalpita. Krishna displayed everything so to attract us that you are captivated by this material jadaras, material rasa. There is rasa. Otherwise, why a man is working so hard to maintain his family? Unless there is some ananda, why he is taking? Nobody is taking so much hard responsibility for others. But children, wife, family, they take. There is, unless there is some ananda, how he can take? So the relationship has got ananda. But this ananda is flickering, illusion. Autogra kshetra sutapta vitte janasya mohoyam. This is moha. It will not stay. It is temporary, illusion. So don't be attached to this illusion. Tamasima. Tamasi means ignorance. And in ignorance, if we accept somebody as son or wife or friend, that is darkness. It is not actual fact. It is ignorance. Tamasima Jyotirgama. Go to the light. Have real friendship, real fatherhood, real lover, real beloved, real son. So if, and another point is that a devotee, real devotee, he doesn't want to be the son of Godhead. He wants to be the father of Godhead. Why? The father means he will simply give to the son, and son means he will simply take. So just like in Christian philosophy it is said, "Oh God, give us our daily bread." This is one philosophy. That's a fact. God is giving. Eko yo bahunam vidadati kaman. God is feeding everyone. That's a fact. But a devotee does not want to take anything from God. He does not worship God for his daily bread. One who asks daily bread from God, they are pious, but they are not devotees. Chaturvida bhajante mam jana sukritorjuna arto artati jigyasu jnani cha bharatarsava. Krishna says there are four kind of beginners of devotional service. Four kinds. What are? Who are they? Artha. Artha means one who is distressed. Arthati, one who is in want of money. Artho, Jigyasu, one who is searching after knowledge. And Jnani, and wise man. So out of these, Artho and Arthati, they are low grade worshippers. Those who are Jnani and Jigyasu, they are higher grade. Generally, they are lower grade, but they are not pure devotees. Pure devotees, as we have explained yesterday, they do not want anything from God. Even liberation they do not want. What to speak of this material? Therefore, the philosophy of becoming the father of Krishna is very perfect because one hasn't got to ask. Like the son asks from the father, Father, give me this. Because devotees doesn't want to ask anything from. Then how he can become son? Son business is to ask from father. Therefore, they do not aspire to become the son of Godhead, but they aspire to be father of Godhead. This is perfection. Nanda Maharaj, father, Vasudev, father. Krishna will always ask. Just like Krishna is always asking to suck the breast of Mother Yashoda, always demanding. And if she refuses, he'll create disturbance. And Mother Yashoda is always thinking that if I do not feed Krishna nicely, he will die. This is love. This is love. Therefore, it is said that Yesham Aham Priya Atmano Shutascha. The devotee accepts Krishna as Suta, as son, not as father. Father means exacting. So, in this way, if we actually establish means re establish. It is already established. We have not, we have got different types of relationship. That is called Swarupa Siddhi. Swarupa Siddhi. When you are perfect in spiritual life, you will understand what is your relationship with Krishna automatically. This is called Swarupa Siddhi. You have got original relationship with Krishna. Nitya Siddha Krishna Bhakti, Chaitanya Charitamrita. That is just like you are a son of some gentleman. That is fact. It is not that son becomes father or father becomes son. No. The son is the son, the father is father. Similarly, we have got an eternal relationship with Krishna, either as father or as lover or as servant, like that. So that is self realization. When you will be perfect in love, in loving Krishna, then in what status of life you will love, that you will under, that will be revealed. This is called Swarupa Siddhi. So Swarupa Siddhi is not something artificial. When one becomes perfectly spiritualized, realized, then he understands what is his relationship with Krishna, and he begins his service in that relationship as father, as friend, as guru, or as servant, like that. So this relationship is eternal. So instead of being attached to this temporary relationship, somebody thinking that I have to serve my father and mother, that is my first duty. That's all right. First of all, you select who is your father and mother. Now we have got a certain living entity as your father. Again, as you change body, your father may be somebody else. Today you have got a father human being, and tomorrow you may have a father who may not be a human being. You have to accept a dog as your father or a cat as your father. So your father is changing with the change of your body. But first of all, select who is your father. This dog is your father. This man is your father. The cat is your father. Who is your father? The tree is here. The seed is your father. Then you become devotee of father. But that we cannot do. Therefore, Krishna said, Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam. You accept me as your son, as your friend, as your master. Then you will be happy. Thank you very much.
हरे कृष्णा। श्रील प्रभुपाद जी ने आज प्रवचन दिया तीसरे स्कंद के 25वें अध्याय का 38वां श्लोक। तो प्रभुपाद जी बता रहे थे शुरुआत में, जो हमारे जो पोजीशन जो है वो इल्यूजन है। हमारे जो पोजीशन क्या कहते हैं, हमारी संपत्ति, वो इल्यूजन है। वो इल्यूजन क्यों है? सिंपल प्रश्न बताएं।
क्योंकि आज है तो डिस्ट्रॉय हो जाए।
दैट टेम्पररी। हरि बोल। प्रभुपाद ने आगे बताया कि भगवान में उनके एनर्जी में डिफरेंस क्या है। भगवान में और उनके एनर्जी में डिफरेंस क्या है?
भगवान शाश्वत है और भगवान की एनर्जी टेम्पररी है।
आध्यात्मिक जगत और भौतिक जगत में डिफरेंस क्या है, उसके लिए प्रभुपाद ने बहुत सारे एग्जांपल दिए। तो दो एग्जांपल कोई बताया जाएगा? आप थोड़ा आध्यात्मिक जगत और भौतिक जगत में डिफरेंस क्या है, उसके लिए समझाने के प्रभुपाद ने एग्जांपल दिया। सिंपल एग्जांपल।
आध्यात्मिक जगत में शाखाएं ऊपर और मूल नीचे रहता है, और भौतिक जगत में मूल ऊपर और शाखाएं नीचे रहती है।
हरि बोल। ये एग्जांपल जो है प्रभुपाद ने भगवद गीता के 15 अध्याय से लिया। उसके लिए और एक एग्जांपल को बताना चाहेगा कोई? और एक एग्जांपल दिया प्रभुपाद ने, यही समझाने के लिए आध्यात्मिक जगत और भौतिक जगत का डिफरेंस में हमको दिखता है वो नहीं है। अभी आपको क्लू दे दिया एकदम। ओके, विक्रम गौरव को।
वो मिराज का एग्जांपल दिया कि जैसे रेगिस्तान में दिखता है पानी है, लेकिन जब पशु वहां पे जाता है तो पानी होता नहीं है, या रास्ते पे चलते हैं तो रास्ते पे लगता है कि पानी है, मिलेगा भी, लेकिन पानी और आगे चले जाता है।
और एक रहेगा एग्जांपल, और उस पे कंटिन्यू में कहेगा उसका उल्टा। पानी के अंदर हमको जमीन दिखता है, तेजो वारी
तेजो वारी मृताम।
हरि बोल। प्रभुपाद ने एक रसा का बहुत अच्छा एग्जांपल दिया कि भौतिक जगत में हम इसको रसा बोलते हैं। वो किसको रसा बोलते हैं? ओके, प्रोजी के माइंड।
भौतिक जगत में कोई मनुष्य किसी का पति होता है, पत्नी है, भाई बहन बेटा, तो जब उस तरह से वो मतलब संबंध बनाता है तो उसको एक रसा मिलता है एक्चुअली।
तो रसा क्या है वो एक्सप्लेन कीजिए, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है वो। ओके, आपने सही बोला, नहीं अपने बस उसमें थोड़ा ऐड करना है बस।
प्रभुपाद जी ने बताया कि व्यक्ति बहुत कठिन परिश्रम करता है।
नहीं नहीं नहीं, ये जो एग्जांपल एग्जैक्टली इसमें ही है, सिर्फ इसमें ऐड करना है। हाँ,
प्रभुपाद जी ने जड़ रस बोला, जैसे जड़ रस।
नहीं नहीं नहीं, प्रभुपाद कह रहे हैं कि जब आपको कोई बोला था कि पिताजी, तब आपको रसा मिलता है। कोई बोलाता है कि आप मेरे पति है, हस्बैंड करके बुलाते हो, आपको उनका एक रसा मिलता है। कोई बोलता है कि मेरा बेटा है, तो एक रसा मिलता है। तो दैट इज कॉल्ड रसा इन मटेरियल वर्ल्ड। ये उसको आनंद मिलता है वहां को, तो वो आनंद इसलिए हम व्यक्ति हार्ड वर्क करता है। हरि बोल। प्रभात कह रहे, दिस इज सम रसा, देयर इज सम रसा। दे आर कॉलिंग मी फादर, आई एम एंजॉइंग। somebody is calling me son, I am enjoying. Some woman is calling me husband, I am enjoying. Some women are calling wife, so I am enjoying. I am calling a servant and he is calling me master, so I am enjoying. That enjoyment is a rasa. ऐसे दुनिया में ऐसे लोग हैं जो एक प्रश्न पूछते हैं कि भगवान के पिताजी कौन है। ऐसा क्यों पूछते हो? ये प्रश्न पूछने की जरूरत नहीं है प्रभात, ये ऐसा क्यों पूछते हैं? मगर कोई आंसर नहीं दिया कोई। दुनिया में ऐसे लोग पूछते हैं कि भगवान के पिताजी कौन है, तो ये प्रश्न पूछने का उनका उद्देश्य कारण क्या है? ओके, शरद पूर्णिमा प्रभु।
क्योंकि उनको लगता है कि मेरा भी एक पिताजी, मैं किसी का बेटा हूँ, तो वैसे ही सेम कंसेप्शन भगवान के ऊपर भी लगाते हैं।
और उसमें और ऐड हुआ जो मेन थिंग था।
क्योंकि आम आदमी ये इमेजिन नहीं कर सकता कि बिना किसी पिताजी के कोई कैसे हो सकता है एक्चुअली, तो इसलिए वो समझते हैं कि भगवान के भी पिताजी होंगे।
प्रभुपाद यहाँ कहते हैं देयरफॉर दोस हु डू नॉट नो, दोज आर नॉट कृष्ण कॉन्शियस, जो कृष्ण भाव नहीं है, दोज हु डू नॉट नो हाउ द रिलेशनशिप कैन बी एक्सप्लेन विद कृष्णा, भगवान के साथ कैसे हमारा रिश्ता स्थापन हो सकता है मालूम नहीं है, इसलिए पूछते कि भगवान के पिताजी कौन है। हरि बोल। फिर प्रभुपाद ने बताया कि कैसे मायावादी लोग सोचते हैं कि यदि भगवान सब कुछ है, भगवान सब कुछ बन जाते हैं, तो भगवान का जो अस्तित्व खत्म हो जाता है। तो उसको समझाने के लिए कैसे गलत है वो एग्जाम्पल, एक तो वो गलत सोच का एक एग्जाम्पल दिया और एक सही सोच का एग्जाम्पल दिया। यस प्रभु जी बोल। और कोई आंसर नहीं दिया कोई? यस।
गलत सोच, मायावादी सोच का एग्जाम्पल प्रभुपाद जी ने बताया। जैसे एक कागज होता है, तो कागज को जब टुकड़ा करके फेंक देते तो ओरिजिनल कागज जो है वो नष्ट हो जाता है, वो रहता नहीं है। तो वो सोचते कि भगवान वैसे जब व्याप्त हो जाते हैं तो भगवान का अस्तित्व नहीं रहता है। और सही सोच के लिए प्रभुपाद जी बंधु का स्टोरी बताया, तीन बंधु का स्टोरी।
तो वो स्टोरी बाद में आएगा, ठीक, इतना काफी, बाद में उपदेश दूं। हरि बोल। प्रभुपाद ने एग्जाम्पल और एक दिया, एग्जाम्पल कैसे भगवान जो है डिस्ट्रीब्यूट होने के बाद भी कभी भगवान का शक्ति खत्म नहीं होता है। एक एग्जाम्पल दिया मुझे अभी दिखा इधर, वो पॉजिटिव एग्जाम्पल है, दिन बंधु का एग्जाम्पल बाद में आएगा। ओके, सीधर पे आपको।
प्रभुपा जी बोल रहे थे कि जब हम ब्लड डोनेशन करते हैं तो थोड़ा हमारी एनर्जी थोड़ा कम हो जाता है। तो
उसी तरह भगवान का ऐसा होता नहीं है।
भगवान का ऐसा होता नहीं है। He is
भगवान
always-
में कितना भी खून है उनको कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा कुछ। हिज एनर्जी ऑलवेज बी मोर ओनली। हरि बोल। अभी बताया कि ये दीन बंधु का स्टोरी जो है प्रभुपाद ने किसके लिए बताया? कोई स्टोरी बताएगा तो भी चलेगा, और उसके साथ उसका टीचिंग क्या था? ओके प्रभु।
Yes, Prabhuji. For that we can establish a relationship with Krishna as a friend. सुरधम हमारे सबसे, he is the most सुरध हमारे सबसे अच्छे फ्रेंड है।
ये यहाँ पर ये क्लास में क्या स्टोरी को उसका क्या मीनिंग बताया, उसका मोरल अलग बताया।
That even if we take out something in spiritual world, even if we remove something, it still remains the same.
हाँ, ओम पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते, मतलब भगवान में से कितना भी निकला तो भी भगवान पूर्ण रहेंगे आध्यात्मिक जगत में। और एक एग्जांपल दिया, किसको याद है इसका एग्जांपल? हाँ, इनको
माइनस प्लस का एग्जांपल, 1 - 1 = 1, 1 + 1 = 1।
तो आध्यात्मिक में ऐसा नहीं होता कि 1 माइनस मतलब 1 मतलब 0 हो गया, ये भौतिक जगत में होता है। ये 1 + 1 = 2 ऐसा नहीं, वहां 1 + 1 भी एक ही होता है, 1 - 1 इज ऑल्सो 1 होता है। उस तरह वो दही का एग्जाम्पल, दही कैसा था, वो उल्टा कर रहे थे तो गिर गया, तो वापस दही आ गया, उसमें वापस गिरा तो वापस दही आ गया। तो ये आध्यात्मिक, ये भौतिक नहीं है, ये आध्यात्मिक में ऐसा ही होता है। तो ये दिन बंधु का एग्जाम्पल दिया भगवान प्रभुपाद ने। हरि बोल। प्रभुपाद ने बताया कि भौतिक जगत और आध्यात्मिक जगत के सर्वेंट और मास्टर का डिफरेंस क्या है। मालिक और नौकर का डिफरेंस क्या है आध्यात्मिक जगत में और भौतिक जगत में, उसको समझाने में प्रभुपाद ने एक एग्जाम्पल भी दिया। और कोई आंसर नहीं दिया कोई? ओके, माता जी की साइड से।
प्रभुपाद ने बताया कि भौतिक जगत में सर्वेंट्स को पे करना पड़ता है, मास्टर्स को सर्वेंट को पे करते हैं तभी सर्वेंट उनको सर्व करते हैं। पर आध्यात्मिक जगत में ऐसा नहीं होता। प्रभुपाद एग्जाम्पल देते हैं कि उनके सारे जो शिष्य है वो उनको कुछ पे नहीं करते प्रभुपाद, तो भी सर्व करते हैं। और प्रभुपाद कोई भी सैलरी नहीं लेते हैं और उनको सिखाते हैं।
और उसका दूसरा एग्जाम्पल?
मोतीलाल नेहरू ने जवाहरलाल नेहरू के लिए 300 रुपये का सर्वेंट लगाया था इंडिया में, पर जब वो इंग्लैंड गए थे उनको खुद ही करना पड़ा। तो ऐसा सोशल वर्ल्ड में नहीं है कि पैसा देने से ही सर्वेंट मिलेगा उधर।
मतलब आध्यात्मिक जगत में आप सेवा नहीं करो तो भी मास्टर दे देते हैं, और मास्टर नहीं देगा तो भी आप सेवा करते हैं। ये आध्यात्मिक जगत है। भौतिक जगत में आप काम करेंगे तभी मिलेगा, और काम नहीं करेंगे तो पैसा नहीं मिलेगा। तो दोनों उल्टा है। हरि बोल। प्रभुपाद जी बताते कि ये मायावती लोग सारे रिलेशनशिप को क्यों जीरो बनाना चाहते हैं? फ्रेंड, फादर, मदर, सन, ये रिलेशन को वो उनको नहीं चाहिए, ऐसा क्यों? बस सिंपल आंसर है इसका। ओके, शरद पूर्णिमा ब्रो।
बैड एक्सपीरियंस मिलता है कि somebody has a relationship with wife, the husband.
नीचे नीचे हाथ में पकड़ो, ऊपर ऊपर पकड़ो।
If somebody is a son, later on he'll become the enemy. Somebody is a wife, later on she will kill the husband. ऐसे सब देख के उनको ये रिलेशनशिप नहीं चाहते हैं पूरा।
They have got a very bitter experience of this life. They are disgusted with these things. इसलिए उनको सब कुछ जीरो है, ये सब नहीं चाहिए हमको। हरि बोल। मगर आध्यात्मिक जगत में कैसा है? ये रिलेशनशिप में क्या होता है? भौतिक जगत में जो रिलेशनशिप जो है और आध्यात्मिक जगत के रिलेशनशिप में फर्क क्या है? ओके, यस, नीचे मत, ऊपर पकड़ो। हाँ,
भौतिक जगत में जो सबसे नीचे है,
नहीं नहीं, उसके पहले ये अलग है। रिलेशनशिप कैसे होता, क्या होता है उसका, होता क्या है उसका? ओके,
In spiritual world, हमको everybody wants to give, देना चाहते हैं, और material world में लेना चाहता है।
नहीं, ये और कुछ इसमें आया है। यस, बाकी मेरे शंभरू।
आध्यात्मिक जगत में जो रिलेशनशिप में जो आनंद है वो हमेशा वृद्धि होता है।
हाँ।
आनंदम बुद्धि वर्धनम। प्रभुपाद जी ने
हाँ।
सी का एग्जांपल दिया।
हाँ।
मटेरियल सी होता है तो वो एक लिमिट तक रहता है, लेकिन आध्यात्मिक जगत का जो आनंद है वो बढ़ता रहता है।
आनंदम बुद्धिवर्धनम। और बोलते कि आज का रिलेशनशिप मेरा, आज बेटा आज है कल नहीं है, पिताजी आज है नहीं है, रिलेशनशिप खत्म हो जाएंगे, या मैं एक घर छोड़ दूंगा, ये मैं मर जाऊंगा। आध्यात्मिक जगत इज इटर्नल बोला, और वो बढ़ता रहता है जैसे। हरि बोल। अभी प्रभुपाद क्या ये ट्रांसलेशन खत्म हो गया, अभी लेना कंटिन्यू करना, क्या करो आगे का? तो हमने रीडिंग किया बस, विल एंड हियर। जय प्रभुपद, जय प्रभुपद, प्रभुपद जय प्रभुपद। Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय।
हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण।